my actual eyesight is there the high drive, deep center, go, 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 we're out of here, say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss, and the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons, and this is it for good. The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four. A dog pile on their side.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game 2 of 4 here in our Saturday edition of the Thank You Classic is here. It's a battle that we have been waiting for months. As soon as this game was scheduled, I circled the date on my calendar and I said, don't forget this date. Because where are we right now? We're at Joe Barth Field, one of the most unique and quirky fields in all of New Jersey. We've got ourselves a classic in the Thank You Classic, of course, between the Red Bank Catholic Casey's and the Gloucester Catholic Rams. Now, Red Bank Catholic's been on a bit of a travel bonanza lately. They played in the first round of the Monmouth County tournament in the preliminary round yesterday. They beat Long Branch 16-1. They travel down an hour and a half down the road to play Gloucester Catholic today, and then they go back up to Central Jersey to play Old Bridge in the Autism Awareness Challenge on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So this is their second of 3 days in a row without any rest in between. They're on long bus rides, and I'll tell you right now, if they don't win this one, it'll be a long bus ride back. But they shouldn't be too worried about it. They did beat Gloucester Catholic the last time these two teams met. It was a 5-2 score right here at Joe Barth in May of last year. But the turns and the tides may be different for both of these teams, as we've got a brand new starting lineup for Gloucester Catholic. You don't have your RJ Mistero anymore. You don't have your Tanner Nolan. You're losing a lot of guys. So what's the deal for Gloucester Catholic? Well, they're 7-0 right now. They're one of the few undefeated teams in the state left. They're down to the final dozen. And as they play game 8 today, they've got the Miami recruit Tate Darius on the hill for the Rams this afternoon. We've got 2 more games on the slate today here at Gloucester Catholic's home field, one of them at GC and the other in Belmar Rec. We've got a 2 o'clock game between St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee, and then a 7 o'clock start between Delsea and Notre Dame. That game will be over at Belmar Rec down the street. So we'll give you starting lineups, our introductions, and first pitch in just a moment. But we're glad we have you with us here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here from Joe Barth Field. I'm Dan Wilkins with my wonderful producer, Vincent Vogt. We'll see you in just a few for our opening introductions.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Here for every game for the Thank You Classic, a first responder is honored and throws out the first pitch, and he just fired a strike right down the middle on the, or I guess on the outside corner, and he gets it home. And there's the ceremonial first pitch. This honors frontline heroes of the COVID-19 pandemic. Established in 2020, had its first run through in 2021, had 2 successful years of having this special classic, and 2023 was rained out, unfortunately, with an abundance of rain that weekend. We were supposed to cover the games here and back in Belmar again, but just wasn't meant to be. So I'm very glad that this will be my first year and maybe the best year of covering this special event. Head coaches Casey, for the Caseys, that being Buddy Hossman and Dennis Barth for the Gloucester Catholic Rams. They're getting ready to square up here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's a top 20 showdown between number 1 Gloucester Catholic and number 19 Red Bank Catholic. One of these teams is undefeated. Gloucester Catholic 7-0 this year. Red Bank Catholic at 6-2. With their 2 losses being in a row in early April. They started out 1-2 with a loss to Rumson Fairhaven 9-8 and a 7-5 loss to Wall. That was a 10-inning game where Rumson Fairhaven walked him off in 10 innings. But they're not worried about the past. They're not worried about the abundance of media that's here today. There's Jersey Sports Zone and Colin Conway sitting up on top of the third base dugout looking to get some good shots. Kevin Minnick's behind the plate. There's a Vanderbilt scout here. I saw about 5 different SEC hats as soon as I walked through the doors of this wonderful facility. So both teams are going to be on the map, whether it's for recruitment, whether it's for development, or whether it's just for a good ball game. This is probably the most business cards I've ever given out for a single baseball game. I mean, the attendance here for this game, there are fans packed up and down the walls of the first and third base line. Not too packed here in the outfield. They've given us some space, and we have a wonderful game set for a 7-inning clash between 2 parochial schools that are at the top of the world right now. Tate Darius gets the start for Gloucester Catholic. All right, Tate Darius, the right-hander, is getting the start for Gloucester Catholic tonight as he looks to extend the needle for the Rams to an 8-0 start to the season. The senior right-hander has been wheeling and dealing to start the year. 11 scoreless innings, a 1.29 career ERA, and he's going to face Red Bank Catholic after 2 starts of 6 innings versus Haverford and PA and 5 versus Williamstown, a complete game and a 10-0 shutout earlier in April. Let's take a look at Red Bank Catholic's starting lineup, brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. We start out with the with the left fielder Luke Lonchak in left field. Batting second in center field, it was Matt Brummer. At third base, batting third is going to be Sean Griggs. At the cleanup spot is going to be Dylan Passo. In the 5 spot, behind the dish, is going to be Aiden Funk. The right fielder batting 6th will be Charlie Stunberger. Batting 7th, and at the DH spot, is a name that many people might remember from the 2018 Little League World Series, Alfred D'Elia, the player who went viral for saying, "My name's Alfred D'Elia, and I hit dingers," in front of ESPN's cameras during the 2018 World Series for the Little Leagues. He bats 7th tonight. Darius, first pitch, and we are underway with a fly ball down the left field line. Clocking in at over 90 on that one. It's a foul ball, 0-1. Talk about an electric start. They're wasting no time. But 8-9 for Red Bank Catholic. The second baseman, AJ Shemetta, he takes over the 8 spot, and Max D'Antoni is the shortstop batting 9th. So here is the leadoff man, Luke Lonchak, with the 0-1. Fastball misses up and in, 1-1. As we said, Darius this year, 11 scoreless innings. And with a fastball like that, I don't blame him. I wouldn't contest why. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, he got him. 1 away. So 1 away. And here is Matt Brunner. Brunner, the senior outfielder for the Caseys. He takes over the center field spot this afternoon. There's a strike right down the pipe. 0-1. To Brunner. Another fastball, got jammed, hit out to straightaway right. And it's taken in by the right fielder Sal Marziani, and there's 2 away. Here's the 3-hitter Griggs, the lefty for the Caseys. 4-1 record for them in the Shore Conference A Central Division. First pitch to the senior, hit well, but foul. Marziani took a step back, wasn't sure where that angle was headed, but he fouled it back. First 3 for the Rams in the bottom of the first will be Jason Bogart, the second baseman, Jake Terranova, the center fielder, and Jack Mastero, the first baseman. That one's outside.
Rain? Okay. Everything's good. Yeah. They'll probably be here in a second. They had a service project this morning. Let's see.
Here's the pitch to the lefty Griggs. Ooh, that one's inside. Just got a little away from him. Tate Darius to commit to the University of Miami, the U. There's a strike. Committed to the Canes in August of 2022, going into his junior season. So he has been very familiar with the ACC
as he enters his senior year. Griggs, fly ball, shallow, straight away for first. Mastero waits for this one to come down, and he makes the catch. Side retired. The Miami commit gets 3 up and 3 down, including a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the first. Jason Bogart gets the party started for the Black and Red Rams in the bottom of the first. Declan Leary, the Navy midshipman recruit, the starter for Red Bank Catholic tonight. He's got a 1.54 ERA across 4 seasons, 118 innings pitched, 105 strikeouts, has a 3.75 mark this year, but after a 1.04 ERA across 33 innings last year, I would leave no doubt for the Navy commit and future midshipman, Declan Leary. Here's your Gloucester Catholic starting lineup brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. For the Rams, it's Jason Bogart at second base, Jake Terranova in center field, Jack Mastero at first, batting third. Braden Lipoff, the Kingsway transfer, is the catcher, as that's a first pitch strike, 0-1. Noah Danza is the shortstop, batting fifth. Tate Darius, the Miami commit, the DH batting sixth. Guy Lynham, another potential future ACC player, he's the third baseman batting seventh. Henry Pancoast, the sophomore, in left batting eighth, and Sel Marziani in right, rounding it out for the Rams. Chased it high, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and an out. 1 away. This has the makings of a pitcher's duel. I mean, you know, let's not kid ourselves here. These two pitchers, both D1 commits, both going to be playing for Power 5 conferences when they go to play D1 baseball, as Terranova takes outside. Last Sunday versus the Hun School of Princeton, he had a solo home run down the right field line to the short porch here at Joe Barth. And he sends this one back to the sender, out to second base. A stutter step throw to first, and the nice scoop at first. He got him. 1 away. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Mastero. He kind of had a little trouble gathering himself over at second base. AJ Shemetta, but he was able to gather it and make the throw over to first with a nice split down at the bag by Dylan Passo. It's 1-0 to Jack Mastero. Strike called, 1-1. The 6'3" junior, as a member of Gloucester Catholic's basketball team, made it to the non-public B semis for South Jersey. Basically the Elite 8 of non-public basketball, because there's only a South Jersey bracket and a North Jersey bracket. but he was 6th in the state in three-pointers made across the entire season. He was always a moving threat for the Rams, and the three-sport athlete digs into his forte. A football quarterback and wide receiver, a basketball guard, and a baseball first baseman. He could really play collegiate athletics in any three of those sports, but baseball by far and wide is his bread and butter. That one's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mastero, a career .348 hitter. His first career high school home run was versus the Haverford School in April. A nice snag at third. On the hop. Throw to first is a mile high. And Mastero, thanks to... Oh, no, it didn't matter. He caught it. That was so weird. There was never really an indication that the ball was dead, and first base coach obviously not happy about that one, but wow. So a 1-2-3 inning on both sides. I didn't know if it one-hopped or not, but I mean, you could see he didn't know either because he followed through with the throw and he threw it a mile high over first base. So what ended up being an out could have been a lot worse. After one, here from Gloucester Catholic, Red Bank and GC knotted up 0-0. Red Bank Catholic went down in order in the first, and so did Gloucester Catholic. We kick off the second with the lefty Dylan Passo, the first baseman here for the Caseys, in game 2 of 4 of this quadruple header. The second of 3 here at Joe Barth, but the second of 4 for us today here in the Thank You Classic. That one is outside. Passo. 1-0 from Darius. Down 2-0. Darius recorded 2 pop-outs and a strikeout in the first inning. Here's the pitch. A beautiful fastball there, but didn't touch. 3-0. Red Bank Catholic looking to get their first man on the bases tonight. Here's the 3-0. Fastball touches the outside corner, 3-1. Got a hold of it, but pops it up down the third base line and out of play. Towards the church, 3-2. A huge community showing out tonight for Red Bank and Gloucester Catholic. Obviously 2 very strong local communities, and Red Bank being about an hour and a half away from here, there is a very strong presence of RBC fans. That one is high and in, and a full count walk to Passo gives the Caseys their first runner of the afternoon. Here's Aiden Funk. Strike one. The sophomore class of 26, Aiden Funk. Takes down, appeal to second. Says no. The pitch to Funk is down. And it's 2-1. I mean, Darius obviously has a wicked fastball, and it's pumping in the low 90s. But, I mean, if you can't control it, that's always a big issue. And him having that leadoff walk to Paso puts him under pressure here in the top of the second. Red Bank with their first runner and the first base runner of the game. That one skips in, 3-1. Just got to think long-term for Tate Darius here. You know you've got a deep bullpen to work with, but obviously no guarantees with how this team can operate. You know, they're 7-0 right now. They might be riding high on the fumes of their win streak to start the year, but a big swing and a miss. As the winners of Game 1, Gloucester High, are camping out in left field. Kevin Wall's out there, a couple of guys out there, Coach Greg Galbraith. It didn't make sense for them to bring a bus because they're right around the corner from Gloucester Catholic. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks put Red Bank in business here. As catcher Braden Lipoff and Tate Darius will talk this one over, make sure everybody's on the same page. The right fielder now, Charlie Stumberger. Another lefty digging in for the Caseys. 3 in a row for them to start the game. And to start this frame, actually. Here's the first pitch. Oh, that's going to be a balk called against Darius. And the Wheels lose another screw. They move up 90 feet, and Red Bank Catholic is in scoring position with both of their runners now after the balk. Stumberger, the sophomore lefty, digs in. There's a strike. 1-1. Went for the lead runner at third, didn't get it. Stumberger, a .385 average this year, 5 for 13. 4 walks, 2 extra base hits, and 5 RBIs for the sophomore. That's inside. Darius and Lipoff meeting again, as it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two-strike count. Casey's looking to get on the board. They're 90 feet away from doing it. The future Hurricane delivers. Fly ball foul, just a hair behind it. Let's try that again. 2 strikes, nobody out. After the balk, both runners in scoring position. That's outside. But hey, the control gets even the best of us. No doubt about it. These guys are going to work long and hard to make sure that they keep that runner and both of those runners at bay. Don't let them cross the plate. That is high. Count is full. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Al Dalia, the DH, on deck. It's inside. Must have had something wrong on our end. Yeah, must have had something wrong on our end, but sorry about that. But the situation still remains the same. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. That's a fair ball down the line at third. Picked up, throw across is in time. They got the RBI, and the Caseys are on the board on a ground out by Stumberger. 1-0 Red Bank. Now here is Al Dalia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But Dalia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0. Dalia gets a sac fly to deep center, and it's 2-0, RBC. So now the bases are wiped clean, and Red Bank did their job. They got 2 runs home on 2 RBIs, and what they did was they very effectively got the runs home and didn't do any more damage than Gloucester Catholic would have liked. They wiped the bases clean, you get a clean slate, and you drive in 2 runs while doing it. You don't have to hit a 3-run home run to put your team on the board. You can do it with a ground out and a sac fly. There's a million ways to score in baseball, and they used some of their lesser-known options to get themselves up, and especially with that balk hurting Darius earlier, that makes the situation a little bittersweet and a little better for RBC. That one's down to the lefty and number 8 hitter, AJ Shimetta. Swing and a miss. Shimetta not having the hottest start to his junior year, 0.71 average, 1 for 14, but does have 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and an extra base hit. Here's the pitch. Pokes this one to Darius, and the side is retired, but the damage is done. Red Bank gets 2 runs on an RBI ground out and a sac fly by Al Dalia. We go to the bottom of the second. RBC leads 2-0. Welcome to Brooklawn, here at the famous Joe Barth Field, right off of 130 and Kings Highway. It's a South Jersey paradise, and we're watching a heavenly game right now. Bottom of the second inning, the Kingsway transfer and underclassman catcher, Braden Lipoff, is the cleanup man here for Gloucester Catholic. First pitch is a strike on a breaking ball, 0-1. Lipoff, Danza, and Tate Darius. As that one is fouled back, got a piece of the catcher's mask. And it's 0-2. Fouled back. That one's upstairs at the letters. 1-0. A quick out-of-town score update. A solo home run by Hudson Rue in the second inning gives Pittman a 3-1 lead over Woodstown in Tri-County Classic play. There's about 5 or 6 radar guns behind the plate watching Tate Darius right now, and watching some of the players as well. There's a ground ball out to short, and it's booted. D'Antoni tried to come up with it, and it ended up not being meant to be. Lipoff gets aboard. Here's Danza. Lipoff will get a replacement runner at first since he is the catcher. We're putting that on our scorecard as an E6. That may not be what ends up being called. I don't see why it would be anything else but we are, for all intents and purposes, not the official scorekeeper. So whatever I put down in my card could be a little off, but pinch running at first is looks like number 25. That would be Anthony Renz, as the future midshipman steps in here versus the number 5 hitter and shortstop Noah Danza. No relation to Tony, I don't think. 0-1, first strike called. By the way, the other games going on down at Elk Township Little League Complex. Clearview and Collingswood was a 10 a.m. game. No word yet on the score. And then Audubon versus Rancocas Valley is the 1 o'clock game at Elk. Throw down to first, not in time. Tried to get corralled in by Paso, but he couldn't hang on to it. Fouled back. And actually, right now, the Woodstown-Pittman game is a lot further along than I thought, as the throw down to first didn't get him. A hair away from having a successful pickoff, but as we were saying, Woodstown trails Pittman 3-1 in the 7th, so that game is moving very, very quickly. That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eastern defeated Shalleck today, 9-2. And a foul back to the apparatus above home plate. Throw down to first again. He's had a couple close calls down there at the first base bag. He's thrown over there at least twice or three times now, and each time he's gotten a little bit closer to actually making the play, but wasn't meant to be. This is why. Throw down to second base. On the steal, the throw is stopped at second base, but the strikeout is recorded for Danza. And this brings up the seventh man in the order, the very high stirruped Tate Darius. Actually, the number 6 fella in the order, but the pitcher and DH for this afternoon's contest. Strikeout number 2 for Levy, or Leary rather. And he starts off that AB with a strike. 0-1, looking back at second after the stolen base on the strikeout by Renz. We'll try that again. Here's the pitch to Darius. Down the line and foul. Cherokee has just arrived for their 2 o'clock game. Their bus is parked in left field. They play St. Peter's Prep from Jersey City in our final of 3 games here from Joe Barth, but our third of 4 games here tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away. And Leary delivers. This one's poked out towards right field. That's going to drop, and it's going to get right past the right fielder. It gets past Stumberger. Here comes the runner to score. He gets in there. Down at second is Darius. He contributes on both ends of the baseball. It's 2-1. Tate Darius, the future Hurricane. Looked like a normal bloop single in the right. And it'll be a single E9 against Stumberger. As now here's the lefty, class of 26, Guy Lynham. First pitch, eye level, 1-0. Unfortunately, 2 errors this inning for Red Bank Catholic. 1 in the infield, 1 in the outfield. And it's bit them dearly. 1-1 the count to Lynham. He'll be followed up by Henry Pancoast in the order for Gloucester Catholic. Lynham takes outside, just a hair off the corner. It's 2-1. If you're just joining us, Red Bank Catholic leads Gloucester Catholic 2-1 in the bottom of the second inning after an RBI single E9 by Tate Darius. Here's a high chopper. That one goes back to the hill. Leary tosses it to first. Darius gets down to third. No pinch runner needed for Darius. They've decided to keep him going. And he's 90 feet away as a tying run. Here's Pancoast. Strike 1 to Pancoast. 2 down in the bottom of the second. That one misses, and it's 1-1 to the outfielder, Pancoast. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Cherokee got here quite early. Although, you know what? No, they had a 2 o'clock start time, so they're really on time. We just started way late. Ground ball out to second base, picked up on a knee, throw to first in time, side retired. Gloucester Catholic gets on the board on an RBI single E9 off the bat of the pitcher, Tate Darius. Red Bank Catholic leads 2-1 after 2. Top of the third, Red Bank leads Gloucester Catholic 2-1. Cherokee has arrived, still waiting on St. Peter's Prep to get here. I think they might start to file in a few, but we're not worried about that right now. We're worried about this current game at this present moment. A pop-up down the first base line going over, and that one's headed to 130 out of play. 0-1. Gloucester Catholic will bat 9-1-2 in the bottom of the third after getting their first run on a single E9 off the bat of Tate Darius. But D'Antoni followed up by Loschak and Brunner, the 2 outfielders. Swing and a miss. Hefty hack on that one. 0-2. Darius' 2 runs allowed in the second were the first that he allowed all year after 11 straight scoreless innings, 6 versus Haverford out of PA, and another 5 in a complete game shutout of Williamstown. Swing and a miss. He got him. Lineup turns over now on strikeout number 2 for the righty. Here is now Luke Lonchak. Small sample size for the freshman. I mean, you have to have some high confidence in your player to bat him leadoff against the number 1 team in the state as a freshman. That one's poked out towards first and it's taken in. So he's 0 for 2 now, and there's 2 away. And here is Brunner. 353 average to start this year, 6 for 17. 2 extra base hits, 1 walk, 3 RBIs, and a .353 mark for the senior outfielder Brunner. Brunner also 0 for 1. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's down 2-0. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Drive into success today with you or your child taking their driving test with Harper, as over 95% of students pass their road test on their first try with Harper. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Experience Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. And just a reminder to all of our viewers that all commercials you see on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting are edited, filmed, recorded, and produced by us. We're always looking for small businesses to advertise with us. Packages start for as low as $250 for 6 months. We appreciate the support not just of our small businesses, but of all of our viewers on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting to keep independent athletics alive in South Jersey. A walk to Brunner puts him on first with 2 outs after a relatively mundane top of the third. But now the lefty brings us straight to the meat of the order with Sean Griggs, the third baseman. The lefty digs in, first pitch, strike called, 0-1. He got all of that one, but hits it out to left center field. Outfielders were playing deep, and deservedly so. Side is retired. Pancos takes it in left, and we are through 2.5 here at Gloucester Catholic. Red Bank strands a runner on first, and going to the bottom of the third, it's 2-1 KCs. We'll be right back.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp.
That one's out. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Darius. Pokes
foul. Down the third base line and we stay alive. Hit out towards left. It's hit well towards the corner. It is one-hopped. It's a fair ball. And they're saying it hit the trees, so it's a foul ball. He got all the way down to second and called that one back. So he'll return to center here after the foul ball. And the pitch. No, that one misses. 2-2. Darius delivers. Floater out to second base. Bogarts throw to first in time. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Red Bank Catholic still up 2-1. Jack Mastaro getting us started in the bottom of the fourth. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, what is the only Major League Baseball team to have 0 World Series appearances? Was it A, the San Diego Padres, B, the Los Angeles Angels, C, the Seattle Mariners, or D, the Washington Nationals? Vince, you got a guess? You'd be incorrect. It is the Seattle Mariners. The only team to have 0 World Series appearances in their span. As that one's fouled back. The Nationals were the second to last team, but they had their first appearance in 2019, beating the Houston Astros and getting their first title. But that includes their time as the Montreal Expos as well, dating back to the 1960s. Here's the pitch to Mastaro, swinging a foul down and into the Casey's dugout. RBC went down in order in the fourth and will bat their 7, 8, and 9 guys, starting out with D'Elia in the fifth. Jack Mastaro digs in versus the Navy commit, and that's a cricket pitch. There were actually 2 different stints of baseball in Seattle. In 1970, there was the Seattle Pilots, a failed one-year team, as that's going to be a base hit back up the middle from Mastaro. The ball rolls to a halt in center field, and the junior first baseman gets a knock. Here's the cleanup man, Lipoff. So St. Peter's Prep got here on a whole, on a nice coach bus and everything. Usually you only see that from like college teams and stuff like that. Interesting. No appeal down to first. I'll just say it's outside. 2-0. As we were saying, in 1970, there was the Seattle Pilots, a one-year kind of failed experiment with baseball in the Pacific Northwest. They had a minor league stadium of less than 8,000 fans, and most nights they failed to sell that out in their inaugural season. But they had a couple players that were not famous for being on that team, but former Yankee Frank Howard had a short stint as a Seattle Pilot. There's a strike on the outside corner. Leary's got another K. One down. Like clockwork, he has struck out one batter in every inning so far. 4 Ks through 4 frames. And this brings up the number 5 hitter and shortstop Noah Danza. He was also a victim of the strikeout his first time. This Gloucester Catholic goes around for the second time in the order. Don't forget our next game here on DWB will be St. Peter's Prep versus Cherokee. It was scheduled for a 2 o'clock start, but that's not happening. So we've kind of been off schedule all day. Game 1 started around 9:15 this morning. So we've been here since about 8:15. And this is our second of 4 games today. And St. Peter's Prep, they've got some of the best sports media in all of New Jersey. They've got the State of the Marauders podcast, which I do tune into sometimes, even as a South Jersey kid. You know, Renato Rodriguez, the fellow who runs that, a St. Peter's Prep graduate, does an excellent job of calling St. Peter's Prep games. And hopefully they'll be tuning in today when their game comes around versus Cherokee. Here's the pitch. Big swing and miss by Danza. Two and 1 the count to Danza. And the ball was called dead because it hit the catcher on the backswing. Two balls, 1 strike to Danza. The shortstop takes a curveball, and that one is low. And now here comes out RBC's coach to talk with his catcher, make sure he's okay, and just make sure everybody's on the same page. Under the leadership of Buddy Hossman. 6-2 this year, and as we said, they're in the middle of a long weekend for them. And still not sure. It just looks like he was kind of shaking his hand around a little bit as if he, like we said, he got hit on the backswing, got clipped by Danza. So that might have been a byproduct of that, just making sure that he got checked out. But RBC has won 5 straight games. They beat Wall 6-1, Raritan 8-2, Jackson Memorial 8-7, as here's going to be a dropper to right field, base hit for Danza. He makes up for the strikeout with a 1-out knock, and now there's 2 runners on base. Mastero moves down to second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold on to this pen for the rest of the game because it broke. Oh. The plastic snapped in half. The actual ink is still intact, but I guess that's one of those things where, like, you accidentally break a pencil as a little kid. You think you're like superhuman. I'll have to see if I have a spare pen in my bag for games 3 and 4, because this is gonna be a pain to hang on to. Or if I just put like some painter's tape around it or whatever. Darius steps in, grounds this one down the third base line, past the third baseman into left field. This is going to tie the game. Mastero rounds third. He scores. The throw airmails the third baseman. It airmails 3 people. Darius gets down to second. He can do it all on the hill and at the plate. He's driven in both RBIs tonight. 2-2. Tate Darius had a single E9 in the second and now contributes an RBI double to tie the game. It's 2 apiece. Guy Lineham at the dish. Inside, 1-0. High chopper out to second. It goes over his head and chips off his shoulder. And Gloucester Catholic takes the lead. A wild array in the infield the past 90 seconds. And Guy Lineham gets on board thanks to a miscue in the middle infield. 3-2. Red Bank Catholic has committed 3 errors tonight. A very unusual line for them, considering that they have been known for pristine offense and defense. There's a foul ball. It hits off the net. But as we said, they played Raritan in a 2-game series, swept them. On Friday, they beat Long Branch 16-1, the Long Branch Green Wave, in the 2024 Monmouth County Preliminary Round Tournament. They play Old Bridge tomorrow at 4:30 in the Autism Awareness Challenge. So they're up north, back down south, and back up north again for 3 games in 3 days, a part of either a tournament or 2 different invitationals like the Thank You Classic and the Autism Awareness Challenge. That one skips away. Down at first. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Oh my. Another defensive gaffe in the infield. What are we witnessing? It's 4-2. Here we go again. There's a ground ball out to short this time. It'll get the job done. No, he's safe. He is safe. The throw got trapped at first. They just can't get anything down. Unbelievable. Now their coach is coming out, obviously quite ticked after that. Well, you heard that loud and clear. It was a very frustrated Coach Hausman. So now it's 4-2. A bunt, foul, down the first base line. So with Marziani at the dish, line him on third. The number 9 batter steps in. That's a diving catch at first base. What a way to make up for it. And the inning is over. The damage is done after a litany of errors. They finally get one down and take care of business. Red Bank Catholic, they've got some work to do offensively and certainly some to do in the field. It's 4-2 after 4. Al D'Elia digs in for Red Bank Catholic here with a swing and miss. 0-1 to start the 5th. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Caseys. Another strike from Darius. 0-2. D'Elia flew out to center but did drive in a run on a sac fly. Got a piece of it, fouled back. Red Bank Catholic had a series of 3 errors in a row in the field, helping Gloucester Catholic drive in those go-ahead insurance runs in the 4th. That's a swing and a foul tip. Looks like he barely made contact with it and stays alive. I mean, the good thing that I like that Red Bank Catholic is doing is that for somebody that was such a viral sensation a couple of years ago and he really captured America's hearts, they're not giving him special treatment. They let him play, on a freshman or JV team his first year, gave him limited at-bats, and now they're batting him in the 7th spot, as there's a swing and a miss. Far too many times have I seen players who have a special status to their name be inflated, whether it's in the batting order or whether they get extra appearances on the mound. Red Bank Catholic is doing it the right way. Al, it's been a couple years, and the 15 minutes of fame, a lot more than 15 minutes, but they're just treating him like a normal guy. They're not giving him any special treatment, and they're constructing the lineup as if there was nothing notable about any of the guys at all. A hit by pitch to the lefty AJ Shimetta puts a runner on here in the 5th. Here's D'Antoni. So both St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee have arrived. There's the Chiefs sitting down the third base line. They're ready for their 3rd game of the day, or at least our 3rd game of the day out of 4. That one misses.
There were 2 games played at Elk Township Little League, Clearview and Collingswood at 10, and Audubon and RV at 1. I don't have any score updates from those 2 games, but when we do, we'll have them available to you. There's a strike. 1-2. Not South Jersey by any means, but a final score update from the wonderful Josh Rosenfeld in the, he's over at the Autism Awareness Challenge. South Amboy just beat Perth Amboy Magnet 25-5. Not just a 10-run rule, a 20-run rule. A swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Darius. We turn the lineup back over to the top. Lochak sends it out to right field, and it's foul. If the inning continues after the leadoff man, Brunner would be on deck for Red Bank Catholic. (4-2) GC in the 5th. Darius kicks and delivers. A firing fastball, but it just missed. 2-1. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic products available in South Jersey. Visit today 7 days a week, 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. That one misses. Darius doesn't seem to have the greatest grip on his control right now, but for him it doesn't really matter. You're up by 2. Obviously you want to think short term in the situation. You know, bear down and don't allow any more base runners because you're in the meat of the order right now. You've gotten 2 strikeouts to start the inning. So the last thing you want to do is give up another runner, give up another run. You know, you know what they're capable of. You know what they can do. So just drive it home and get it done. Darius working at it again versus the leadoff man, Lonchak. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the 2-2. Darius kicks and delivers. Fastball above the letters. Count is full. Phillipsburg beat New Providence today, 4-3. Ground ball foul. West Milford beat West Orange 3-2. And Hamilton beat Holy Spirit in South Jersey play in the Cape Atlantic League 8-5. That's ball 4. The runner already got a head start, and he'll jog into second base, so a walk to Loschak brings up Brunner, with the tying run now on base for RBC. Two runners on for the Caseys after a walk and a hit by pitch.
Darius fires a fastball outside, 1-0. That one's hit well out towards center field, going back. It is a diving catch in center. Terranova. He just laid out full extension. Though. Brunner hit it to deep center. He gets up and the ball is in his hand. What a catch, Jake Terranova. Put down your highlight reel. Jersey Sports Zone's going to have that highlight reel tomorrow morning. Side retired. Red Bank Catholic leaves 2 runners on. I am speechless. It's 4-2.
That one's hit well out towards center field, going back. It is a diving catch in center. Terranova.
Bottom of the 5th inning. I have to catch my breath. I don't know what I just saw. Jake Terranova with a potential catch of the year. Because that one's a foul ball down the right field line. I mean, easily, if Brunner gets that ball down, that's 2 runs, maybe 3, because there's a potential for inside the Parkers in this place. That's a foul ball. 7 men came to the plate for Gloucester Catholic in the 4th. The 2 that did not were Bogart and Terranova. I don't know what that was. He tried swinging at that. Appealed down the first, said he didn't go. Wow, what was that? It almost like he swung on a jumping swing. And they didn't call it a strike. I don't know what in the world we just saw, but that's going to be a base hit. Jason Bogart. A nice save and right by Berger to keep that one alive, but Bogart with a leadoff knock for GC. So here's Terranova, who probably still needs an oxygen mask after that play in the top half of the inning. I mean, you do not get any better than that. Popped up by Terranova. This might be trouble. He gets back to the bag in time. What could have been a double play, they compromised for 1 on the pop-up bunt. 1 away. Here's Jack Mastero. He's 1 for 2. Wild pitch, and Bogart advances to second. But Terranova retired Mastero at the dish, and it's 1-0 to the junior first baseman, uncommitted, as far as I'm concerned. Right side of the infield, playing on the outer edge of the grass. Here's the pitch. That one skips low, and it's going to be a passed ball as Bogart gets all the way to third. So he advances 180 feet in just 2 pitches, and Mastero has a chance to add on some insurance here in the 5th. High and away. This is a situation where the best piece of advice you can get is to lock down. Don't do anything stupid. Keep your pitch selection simple and know what works. Here's a ground ball. That's going to take an awkward hop in the infield. Gets right past the first and second baseman. And an RBI single for Jack Mastero makes it 5-2. See, that's the thing. That's not an RBI if those 2 wild pitches don't advance the runner. So it's a series of events coordinated very well. Gloucester Catholic gets another run on that RBI single. Mastero now 2 for 3 after the RBI single. Here's Braden Lipoff. He's 0 for 2. He reached on an error and struck out the first 2 times. Gloucester Catholic 5, RBC 2. That one is fouled straight off of the netting, and it actually almost sent another baseball flying. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So on cue, the scheduled strikeout for the inning, as he now has 5 through 5 frames, only 1 in each inning. And here's Danza. That was Lipoff's second K of the night. And here is Danza. He has a strikeout and a single. To his credit tonight, 1 for 2. Danza hits it to straightaway center. Not a Jake Terranova catch, but a good catch in center by Brunner nonetheless, and the side is retired. Jack Mastero drives in a run on an RBI single out to right field. Gloucester Catholic's got 6 outs left before they can win on their home turf. It's 5-2. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp.
An out-of-town final score update. Collingswood beat Clearview 8-6. In their 10 a.m. game down at Elk Township, Audubon and RV is in progress right now. Down in the Delsey regional area. Gloucester Catholic added another run on the RBI single by Jack Mastero to make it 5-2. And here's the pitch. That one's down. 1-0 to Griggs. It's the meat of the order. 3, 4, and 5 for RBC. Pokes this one lined down the first base line. A nice stop by Mastero. Darius covers. And a beautiful 1-2 combo there. One away. And that's the awareness on the hill, especially for a ball that was hit down the line and didn't, had a chance to go into the corner, if it wasn't stopped by Mastero. A good way to just run off the mound. It sounds fundamental, and it is, but not a lot of pitchers, have that kind of quick reaction. They can react, but sometimes it takes a little slower than that. So the fact that Darius was there to get the speedy Griggs out is a good heads-up play. Here's the cleanup man and the first baseman, Passo. High chopper. This one's out to second. Bogart boots it, and that's going to be an error on Gloucester Catholic. The defense now has fallen apart for both teams. So that is GC's first error in the field. RBC has 4 to their name tonight. To the righty, Funk. Grounds this one out to short. This won't be a funky play at all. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Anything but funky. RBC grounds into a double play, and their outs are very quickly dwindling away. It's 5-2 as they are down to their final 3.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Bottom of the 6th here.
Where you guys from? Who's broadcasting?
It's on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
Okay.
First pitch to Tate Darius, the pitcher in DH, who has a chance to have a complete game here, as he has been rocking and rolling for the Rams this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. 0-2. By the way, a new pitcher for Red Bank Catholic is number 4, Brandon Hendrickson. Hendrickson, the senior right-hander, a 2.74 ERA in 7 2/3 innings this year. There's a strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Darius, Lynham, and Pencoast due up for GC here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a ground ball. That's over second. Throw down to first is in time. 1 away. So the final line for the Navy commit Leary: 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. However, most of his 5 runs were unearned. Only 2 of his 5 were earned. The other 3 came on a litany of errors in the infield for Red Bank. They've had a grand total of 5 in the field. Gloucester Catholic has 1. That one skips away. Coaches are passing by here for the 2 o'clock game between St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee. We appreciate the kindness of dipping below the camera, but a fly ball out to deep center field. Going over and making the catch, 2 down. Here's Pencoast. Of course, this is the inverse of last year's game. Same place, same time of year, different event. But RBC won that game 5-2. Now the situation's a little different. Fouled straight to the top of the apparatus. Welcome Jim Stegall to the broadcast. He's joining us from Denver, North Carolina, just above Charlotte. He's watching Coach Barth of Gloucester Catholic. We appreciate the support. One ball, 1 strike. That one's down. RBC has taken care of Gloucester Catholic in order. 1, 2, 3 here in the 6th. Fouled straight back. 2-strike count now to Pencoast. If the inning continues, Sal Marziani is on deck for the Rams. But Pencoast 0 for 2. A ground out, and in his second AB, he reached on an error. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball framed well, he meant well, but didn't get it. That one's outside. Two strikes, 2 outs, bases
Squeaky clean for Gloucester Catholic. Here at the bottom of the order. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball deep out towards left field, headed towards the line, and foul. That one went all the way to the left field corner. A great angle by Pancoast, but just couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Hendrickson delivers a swing and a miss. Side retired. Gloucester Catholic looks to bring that 7-0 to an 8-0 right here at home on one of the most prestigious stages in all of South Jersey. We've got 3 more outs in this Thank You Classic Game 2. It's Gloucester Catholic 5, RBC 2. They've got 1 shot. We'll be right back.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch.
Tate Darius on for the 7th. He's going to look for a complete game. There's a strike. I mean, you've got to have him as your player of the game candidate. I mean, if he fully completes these 7 innings, plus the fact that he's driven in a fair amount of RBIs on his own for Gloucester Catholic, I don't think there's any doubt to be left that Darius will be the player of the game. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, outside corner, 1 down. Stumberger goes down on strikes. And now here is D'Elia. He had a sac fly in the 2nd inning and got one of RBC's 2 runs, but hasn't done more since. There's a strike to D'Elia. One to D'Elia from Darius. Swing and a miss. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in the first week of April on opening day, and an 8-7 win for them over the Bulldogs. No one's down. Here's the pitch. Outside. Gloucester Catholic looking to shut the door. 2 outs away from doing so. Here's the pitch. Fly ball deep down the right field line, and that one is headed onto the street. Gloucester Catholic leads 5-2. They would improve to an immaculate 8-0 record on the young campaign if they take this one home. Red Bank Catholic would fall to, oh wow, that hit the umpire in the mask. It actually knocked the mask off of his head. And he's saying, I'm okay, I'm okay. It's always a scary moment, especially you consider head injuries and
anything else of the sort. Don't want to mess with that. So glad he's all good. Darius with 2 strikes against D'Elia. Swing and a miss. 2 down. Back-to-back Ks for Tate. And we're down to the last call. And now, potentially the last out, is AJ Shimada.
Is he throwing a no-hitter?
I'm looking at my scorecard right now.
I don't think they have a hit.
I'm checking. Hold on a second.
They got 2 runs on.
Yeah, they got a sac fly. Hold on here. So there was a 1-2-3 first, 2 walks, RBI ground out. Well, either way, Darius is out. We're keeping it here for a second, folks, because you make a good point, good sir. Nothing in the first, 2 walks in the second.
And they're changing the pitcher with 1 out now.
Maybe a pitch count thing, I'm not sure. But 2 walks in the second, both scored. Nothing in the third, another walk, and then a hit by pitch in the 5th and a walk. You're right. Now that does depend. In the 6th inning, there was a ground ball to second by Jason Bogart that was booted. We have it as an E4. I would think they have it as an E4 because if you remember that play, it was a pretty blatant error.
Yep.
So you're right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It never really crossed my mind because of all the walks and hit by pitches.
Right.
It never really crossed my mind. But folks, you heard the man. We're 1 out away from not just a Gloucester Catholic win, but a no-hitter. And a traditional one too, not a 20-0 5-inning blowout versus a top 20 team in the state. But Darius is out. They took him out with 1 out away. And now looking to seal the deal for Gloucester Catholic. It's going to be number 30.
39.
Oh, 39 you said. Okay. That is Jackson Smolletts versus a top 20 team in the state. Talk about domination if they can get this done. There's a strike. 0-1. Smolletts, the junior right-hander, scoreless in 4 innings this year. The 0-1 coming in to close the door after Tate Darius set him up well. 1-1 the count. 8 strikeouts the final for Tate Darius through 6 2/3 innings. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2. My heart's beating out of my chest, and there's a good reason why. Here we go. 5-2. Gloucester Catholic over Red Bag Catholic. 2 top 20 teams in the state squaring off at one of South Jersey's most unique venues in what's been nothing but a classic. Smolletts looking to retire the side. The 2-strike pitch. Down 2-2. Our next game will be St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee. Vincent Vogt has served us well for these 2 games. Emmett Canary will take over for game 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit out towards center field. This might do it. It is over his head. It's over. The no-hitter is broken up down to the final strike. Oh my goodness. They took Darius out, and the first batter that Smolletts faces gets a double. So AJ Shimada for the Caseys breaks the streak. And Tate Darius and Jackson Smolletts are denied history tonight.
Very rarely do you see a no-hitter with 2 runs scored by the visiting team, but that's what happened. Alfred D'Elia drove in a sac fly in the second, plus an RBI ground out earlier. This is going to be hit number 2. It goes through the left side, and RBC's on the corners now. They're not done yet. The bottom of the order doing the heavy lifting. The 8 and 9 hitters with the first 2 hits of the day for the Casey's. And now we go back to the top of the order. You gotta wonder how long it's gonna take for Barth to come on out and at least have a chat with him, or have Lipoff have a chat with him. But Luke Lonchak, the left fielder, who is 0 for 2, a strikeout, a line out, and a walk to his name tonight. That one skips away. RBC holds at third, but the runner advances to second. Both runners on. This game just gets more interesting with every pitch. Shimetta on second. Actually, no, he's on third now. Max D'Antoni takes over second base. 2 runners in scoring position for the Casey's. That's low. And this is where the game can unravel even if you're in a winning position, which is the most wild part of it all. Two outs. First base unoccupied, but you've got the middle of the order up. Here's a ground ball to third. This might do it. He's got it. Lynham throws across the diamond. It's not in time. He took his time, and it's an infield single. RBC on the board with an RBI. It's 5-3. Well, when we said this was 2 of the top 20 teams in the state, we weren't kidding. And RBC has to go no further than the infield grass to drive in a run. And here is Brunner, the tying run, 270 feet away at first base. Brunner, the righty, and the center fielder faces Smolitz. It's outside. Brunner 0 for 2, 2 flyouts and a walk. Stumberger started off the offense with RBC with an RBI ground out, and Alfred D'Elia, the former viral star who is known for his remark, "My name's Big Al and I hit dingers." Well, he didn't hit one today, but he did get a sac fly in the second to give RBC a 2-0 lead. And now, the second man in the order, Matt Brunner, steps in looking to play hero. Not a single soul sitting down in the Casey's or the Rams dugout. There's a strike call. And for a matter of fact, none of the fans are sitting down either. I wouldn't. This is some of the most exciting baseball you're ever going to get in South Jersey. Maybe even in the entire state. Right here, right now. 39 delivers a ground ball out to third. This time, opportunity number 2 for Lynham. Scoop to first in time! Game over! And Gloucester Catholic stays unbeaten. 8-0. 8 wins, 0 losses, a 5-3 final. Tate Darius goes 6 2/3 with 8 strikeouts and no hits. RBC tacked on a few at the end, but it didn't matter. And an instant classic right here from Joe Barth Field in Brooklawn. You don't get any better than this. I gotta exhale. Oh my goodness, what a game. After the third baseman, Lynham, had trouble with it and allowed that run to score, I thought that RBC was surely going to pick up the momentum and take the lead. But after RBC beat Gloucester Catholic last year 5-2, they get redemption at home this year and win 5-3. Almost a near inverse of last year's events. But my goodness, what a game. Player of the game presented by Harper Driving School, Tate Darius, the Miami Hurricanes commit. 6 2/3, no hit innings with 2 RBIs at the plate, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. That'll be all for us here in Game 2 of the Thank You Classic. We've got another North versus South battle on the way. St. Peter's Prep and the Marauders versus the Cherokee Chiefs. They're arriving in their respective dugouts now. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Make sure you follow the separate YouTube link for game number 3. From everybody here on our DWB crew, my social media coordinator, Anthony DePalma, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, my wonderful producer for coming out on such short notice, Vincent Folks. We'll see you guys in about 30 minutes with St. Peter's and Cherokee coming up here on DWB.